Oh, it's time for another episode. You know what time it is? It's time to speak the fuck up. Oh, did you guys hear my voice? It's time to speak the fuck up. There we go. I'm all hoarse and shit from yelling all week. Yeah, by the time we get to Thursday, I'm like, my voice is shot.
Yep, same here.
God damn it. Hey, well, you know who it is. It's your guy, Joe, here with my man, Pete, and my man, Griff. All right, we got a special guest coming in for you today. It's a surprise.
It's a surprise, even though they probably saw it online. Well, for those that follow us on social media.
Damn it, I forgot.
Yeah. For those that follow us on social media, they'll know who the guest is.
Yes, and she'll be here in a little bit, and then we'll go from there. Gentlemen.
You know how women are, fashionably late. They like to make it an entrance.
Yeah.
Don't at me, folks.
I'm gonna let you down that hill alone.
Yeah,
no. You know what? I'm gonna die with you.
Thanks.
You damn right. Even though I'm the one, I'm like the one that you had to come knock on the door.
Speak of the devil. I think she's here. She's probably at the door. She's here. Can we tell Mark?
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll let him know.
Y'all can let her know she's late.
Word.
All right.
Hang on. Give her a hard time.
Hey, she is here.
We should give her a hard time because we give each other a hard time.
I'm about to say we do it each other.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let y'all do that because she got a little bit more rapport with y'all. So I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna say, oh, guys, that's wrong. Dog, like, come on. Oh, you good.
Are you gonna play that guy?
You know.
Yeah. Let everybody else dog on them, and then you come and sweep them off their feet. Kind of thing.
Pink aura around his figure.
Wait, pink.
Yeah, like
what's the definition? What's the meaning behind the? Let me Google
pink
that.
is always like a happy. They say it's a female color. Yeah,
it is.
I get it.
I thought an aura was always like a yellowish, orange, white color.
Like a glow, a pink, orange kind of glow aura.
I mean, this is the guy that doesn't drink anything on the rocks. It's mixed drink anyways.
Nope, I had a canned sangria before the show, baby.
But it's sangria.
Sweet. Yeah, well, I'm true to my shit.
You're right.
Actually, you know, I was riding around with Dez all day.
Did you drink it with a straw or?
No, straight from the can. Did you drink it with a straw? Did you drink it with a straw? What the fuck?
With an umbrella sitting at the top of it.
I was riding around with Dez, and she, you know, she was drinking the last weekend. I was like, "What'd you drink?" And she was like, "Oh, tequila and whiskey." And I just like looked,
yeah,
because I was like, last episode, I was like, I don't want to hang out with no girl. I want to drink tequila and whiskey. She's drinking tequila and whiskey. I'm over here sipping Malibu.
The universe will put those in front of you. You need to learn from.
Give me some margaritas. I just looked. She didn't even know. I like sugar on the rim too, not salt.
Sir, you forgot my cherry and orange.
I'll tell them that too. Or this isn't enough.
Can I have my flag? Can I have my flag?
I'll go down. What? It's in Uptown. It's I can't think of what it's called, but they have like a pineapple mimosa.
Oh my god!
I'll get like an extra pineapple on the
rim.
Oh
my god!
He probably has an umbrella.
Hey!
Oh, hello.
Mm-hmm. Welcome in. What's up?
Yeah,
she's
here. Join us.
Come on. You already know who it is. Everybody is Sonia Azad TV.
Sonia.
Look at that. I like the hair. You look great.
I did not dress up for y'all this time.
This isn't dressed up?
No.
Oh, well, I think you look very nice.
There you go.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
you're
thought
very
y'all were
welcome.
going to hate me for being late.
Why?
Don't fall for his tricks.
This
was him before the show, or when the show started. He goes, you know what, guys, I'm gonna let y'all give her a hard time, and then I'm gonna come in and be like, oh, guys, don't be so mean.
Is that what I said? Under that context, is that what I said?
I'll drive the bus. Peter just told you right under.
Peter No. He said we should give her a hard time. I said, look, y'all have that rapport with her. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna be a little bit more respectful to the professional.
Look at my face, people.
I always miss that exit. And you know what? I walked. I didn't even, I told you I was going to go all the way around. I didn't. I just parked where I was and I walked.
Walked over.
I was like, I got to make it.
Did you walk or run?
I walked.
I did that the first time, though.
No,
the first time we came, I missed the exit. I had to go all the way around the block.
You do. You have to get to the next light, turn around all the way down, and then turn around again.
Yeah.
Well, glad you can make it, though, safely.
Safely. That is key. You didn't speed here, right?
I never speed.
We're on camera. You're right. That's all right. We never speed.
Never.
Nope.
I speed enough for everybody. I be flying, boy. I be flying. Like, come get me. I be flying.
And what do you drive?
I drive a Tahoe. It's gray. I'll tell you the license plate. Come get me. If you can catch me.
Oh my goodness.
I like driving fast.
Oh, guys.
All right.
Sonia.
No, for real. Glad you can make it.
Yes.
So
Thank
nice
you for
to
joining
see you
us
guys. Yeah,
again.
it's been what, a month? I don't know. Yeah.
Yes, welcome back.
It's been a
Time
month.
flies.
And look, I remember from when you came back, when you were here last episode, you were like, I don't know if you guys are going to want me back. And look at you.
Look at that.
Here we are.
we are.
Superstar.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about all that.
What?
Hey, the people wanted it. They're like,
Yeah.
hey, we had fun. She was awesome. Bring her back.
You know, it's only because so many women are like, oh my gosh, thank you for including a woman's voice here. It literally could be almost any woman sitting in this chair.
No, not any. Not any.
You know, I will say all my guy friends go, man, I love those guys. I'm like, I know. So
We didn't see any
just
of those
know that
text
it's
messages.
just know that it's reciprocated.
Good.
Everyone has great things to say about y'all.
That's
That's
awesome.
awesome. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, they don't know the real truth though. I'm just kidding. I look at you.
Took my breath away. All right, so
Clearly.
last time we had you on, we definitely had a good time with you.
Yeah.
Pete kind of gave us some updates. He said after that episode,
Hey, I had to clue him in.
some
Oh.
things
Gotta know
have
what's going on.
changed. Yeah, so since that last episode,
Oh, we didn't do our check-in. How's your week?
we didn't. How's my week?
Yeah.
What's it,
How's your week?
Thursday? It's good. It's done. Going out tonight, having fun with you guys. Yeah.
What?
I'm gonna drink a little bit, and do a little something.
Yeah.
So if you see me out, mind your business. I
Mind
say
your
that to say that.
business.
All right.
They did not invite me, by the way.
Do you got to work in the morning?
I do.
Well,
3 a.m.
Welcome to my life. No, not till like 6.
So
Oh,
then
Lord.
you'll wake up at 4.
5:30.
Yeah,
How late-
I get ready real fast.
How late would you stay out?
10.
Come.
there you go.
Come.
Is it outdoors?
Hour and a half.
And will people be wearing masks?
Yeah.
Do I need to go change?
No, you're fine.
Dang,
Well,
I gotta
maybe.
wear a mask.
Well, hey, my week is good. I'm good. Like everything's straight. Like I got to spend time with my little boy
Word.
a whole lot. So that was a lot of fun. Went to go get hair. Like that's our thing. Like go get haircuts together. Like it's been like 4 months, and his mom was like, "I'm gonna take him to get." I said, "No, don't take him to get a haircut. I go
My
get the
stuff.
haircuts.
Yeah, yeah.
That's our
Daddy,
thing."
yeah.
So that was good. Pete, how you doing?
It says it on his hat.
You
That's
right.
his role.
That's
You're
cute.
right.
Don't take that away from him.
No, that's
Wait,
it.
how old is he?
He's 5.
Oh, that's such
Yeah,
a fun
yeah,
age.
He's funny. He's so much
right?
fun. He's awesome. He's awesome. I love my kid.
Just wait till he
sweet.
start talking back like
Yeah. No.
this.
Yeah, he kind of talks. So he kind of listens too hard. So we were at the barber shop, and the barber said, "Man, hey, how old is he?" And I was like, "Oh, he's 5." He said, "Hey, that's a smart little dude." And he said, "Excuse me, sir. Can you please not call me small?" He said it just
Yes.
like that. I said, "You're listening too hard." He didn't call you small. He called you smart. And, oh, sorry, daddy. Like, okay, yeah, like chill out a little bit. How you guys doing?
Great.
Yeah.
Week's better than last.
That's good.
And the week before that. So I'll take it. It's a blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It really is.
Griff.
Week's been good, man. Busy as usual.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Starting new things. I got a small group training thing coming up, so I'm real excited about that.
I trained with you today.
Yes.
I've trained with him before.
I had a lot of fun. I bailed on Pete.
Yeah.
Sort of.
It wasn't my fault, Pete.
No, it's all good.
I'm sorry.
So it wasn't his fault. I was coerced
Yeah,
into
but
working
so you
out.
got talked into it.
Had a good workout, but then I met up with you later for
He
like
did.
3 or 4
He did.
sets. I ran over to F45 and did a couple of sets with him.
Finish it out.
So yeah, I like if you don't have a trainer in the DFW area, you're in the Dallas area, come holler at Griff. Like for real, I had a lot of fun. I'm almost heartbroken that y'all do it at 8 a.m. every day because I don't think I can make 8 a.m.
Right.
But I loved it, man.
Word.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
All
Let's do it
right.
again.
How's your week been?
Superstar.
Full.
Yeah.
Full of grateful moments.
Good. No, that's really
We're
good.
like, wait, is she gonna share?
I thought she was
something?
coming out with more.
I led a 30-minute mindfulness talk for WFAA staff today. I mean, in addition to like all the regular work, right? I'm doing an on-demand library for beginner stretching, yoga, and meditation. So
need that.
Yeah, so I filmed like all day Sunday, prepared all day last Saturday. So a lot of my work has been going in that sort of direction.
Right. Is that when you were at the Natural Light Studio with?
Yeah, the
Okay,
indie
cool.
space.
The indie space.
Oh man, y'all, that's a beautiful place, and anybody can rent it out for anything, literally. Anything from like a photo shoot or like a class that you want to do. And that space was a super yoga palace. So it was a yoga studio that closed during COVID. So they've repurposed the space in a very smart way. Right? So yeah, it's so beautiful.
We were talking about a photo shoot.
Word.
The puppies.
Oh yes, the puppy.
We're talking about getting our bodies right, having our 6-packs out, and just getting a couple puppies.
Is this going to be like a calendar?
Add some puppies to it.
Would you want to see 12 months of us?
12 months of
I would
us.
pay for that.
That's the perfect name.
The title of the calendar.
You know
12
what?
months of us.
You could find a charity who would let you take people's money for something like that.
You know, that's actually a good idea.
That is not a bad idea.
Yeah.
If you included your kids in that, people would buy that.
And puppies.
Yeah,
You know
sure.
what? You know what?
Now I got my shirt on though, since my kids are there.
You can let the
We can
beer
do a
belly go
separate
little
summer
bit.
one next summer. Summer 2021 better go a whole lot better than this summer. I swear I'm gonna go crazy. No,
He's
well,
going to have his daddy hat for 1 year, and the next year's going to be Zaddy.
I was thinking of that on the way over here. I wish they had a Zaddy hat, but they don't. Somewhere they do.
You can always make it.
All right, back to you.
Oh.
Life since last podcast. Like I said, Pete kind of informed us that your DM started jumping.
Professionally and polite messages.
Okay.
Yes.
I will say, yeah, I got a lot of great feedback about you guys, about the podcast, about the content that we talked about. Yeah, it's been great. And then tonight I got a lot of great questions for the topic that we're going to talk about. I've been out a couple times, nothing crazy, nothing serious, nothing substantial, not even dinner. But you know, everyone's been super respectful, very cool. And then I did have one ex-boyfriend remove me from Instagram.
Ouch.
Oh, the
Wait,
unfollow.
straight
That's
unfollowed
real.
her, huh?
Did he block? Did he
Unfollowed.
block?
No.
Oh, he's still there.
Yeah, he's still
just
watching.
Oh yeah,
keeping on the page
he's still
there.
watching.
And that's all I told him. I was like, she was getting a lot of respectful or more respectful messages.
Yeah,
That's what
no,
I told him.
that is true. And I think, like, thanks to you guys for bringing sort of some of these conversations to light and showing people, really embodying, like, the right way to chat with women or the right way to talk through some of these issues. I think, you know, it's gotten people to think, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's good.
That's all we want
Change
you.
is good.
That's all we want you men to do is think.
Just think.
Before you make. And I know sometimes you don't, and there's some split-second reactions, but the dumb shit.
Hey, once you press send.
Yeah.
It's done.
You better hope she
Oh
doesn't
my
take it
God,
back.
we were talking about that today, right? Or was that yesterday? I don't
Once you
know.
press send, that's
Yeah.
it.
Take it
It's
back.
there.
Take it back.
On Instagram, you can take it back if they haven't seen it yet, but it'll tell them that you unsent it, but you know, you can still take it back.
That always trips me out. I'm
did
like,
not
what were
know
they
that.
trying to say? Oh yeah. This message
Yeah.
cannot be read.
Oh, yeah.
Something, send or unsent, something. Yeah.
Word.
Yeah, I've sent some messages and be like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, no. Unsent. But they were just typos, not like bad messages or anything like that. All right, so these gentlemen that you were with, I guess you and I went back and forth just a little bit on the response to the question. You said quality over quantity.
Oh yeah.
Where do these gentlemen rank? Are you currently still talking to any of these gentlemen that reached out to you after the last episode?
I mean, okay, like literally one was like one-time coffee, and literally one was like one-time sort of like breakfast brunch. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't talk to a lot of people. I don't talk to a lot of people for my like personal, just like benefit every day. You know, I talk to my super close, like maybe two best friends, my mother every day, and like, you know, just getting done what you have to do during the day. I don't know. So it's not with any frequency. They would probably, you know, I think the text messages are going, and sometimes it takes me a while to respond, and I get lost in a lot of text messages. I think we were talking about that last time, but I mean,
You did say that you read all messages. You
I
may or may
do.
not respond
Yeah.
to it.
so sometimes, like, I know that I have a couple of messages to respond to right now, and I'm like, oh, because I get like this. You know this, because I complain. This is my guy who I call, and I'm like, why hasn't this guy called me back yet? You know? So,
I did let her. Okay,
yeah. He told me I was crazy.
guys,
basically.
hold on. I had after that story post about us four getting back together.
Yeah.
I had guys send me messages and I was like, "Hey Peter, do you think I have a chance with Sonia?" And I'm like,
You're like, you don't
"Why
want
you asking
to
me?
go
Why you
there.
asking me? Shoot your shot. Like slide in her DM. You know,
We know she reads them.
Yeah.
take your chance. You never know."
I don't know, but I also have told him, like, and I don't know if this is just we go through different seasons. I'm not feeling like I don't want to go on a date. I don't know. I don't know if this is like a temporary thing, and maybe next week I'll feel different. But
It was the full moon yesterday.
maybe it was the full moon in Pisces. You're right. No, But yeah, seriously, I really have not for months wanted to like do anything.
Why?
Like for yourself or just out
Oh
with guys?
no, I'm doing plenty for I mean, I meditate every morning, every night. I'm like creating all these yoga classes. I have a lot of like sort of self projects happening, right? I might move spaces, like not cities, but just spaces. So there's a lot like happening. It's just romantically, I'm just like, I'm a little.
Just not into it right now.
Not into it.
Right.
Do guys get like that where you're just like, meh?
Like you get into a rhythm, you know what I'm saying? You get into a rhythm of things and that you just
For yourself
you don't want to bring anybody into that or disrupt your rhythm, right? Because everything is going
It's
good.
going well, yeah. And I spend a lot, like I enjoy time by myself. Like I don't need a whole lot of entertainment. We were talking about this with you. Like you don't like a whole lot of time by yourself, right?
Yeah, no, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
So for someone like you, it might be hard to understand someone like me. Like I could, be reading a book for an hour just by myself. I just didn't loving that and not really needing to like dress up and get up and go out and have a conversation. I mean, yeah.
So do you think you would feel more inclined to do something if you knew you could be totally like go out in sweats, go out in yoga pants, go somewhere with somebody like that?
Honestly, that's what I do a lot of the time is either I'm trying to navigate, kind of like figure out where in my day will you fit in, meaning like, okay, we can grab coffee right now. It's 9:30 in the morning. Like, I know that's not ideal, but hey, we can do this or not do anything, right? Or go for a walk. Like I'm only doing things outside still. Like you guys are literally the exception.
Oh,
yeah.
Snap, I feel special.
I do too. You see
Honored.
shimmy on it, yeah.
You should. This is the only indoor activity that I do with
we
other people
appreciate you.
outside of
I know the listeners appreciate you.
the morning show. But yeah, so I feel like.
Now, do you think that is because you're in that mentality right now where you're doing projects for yourself and whatnot, and you don't find that interest in anyone per se, or there's not someone that catches your attention to where you would make time or set aside time to actually initiate and be like, hey, let's go do something and not just grab coffee?
I think I'm my own priority right now.
Hey, that's beautiful.
I was thinking about this on the drive over here because we have been talking about it, and thank you for saying that.
Yeah, no, seriously.
And I feel like it's really the first time in my life when I've felt like really good about that, because I've always been like, there's like pressure to get married, pressure to date. Are you dating anyone? Like one of my girlfriends even asked me that today. So what's up with the love life? I'm like, don't ask me that. Like ask me what else I got going on, you know? Yeah. But I get it. She was being nice, but nothing's going on. Like, that's my response, But all this other stuff is very exciting to me, and it's very fulfilling. And I feel like in order to elevate myself and share part of like that best self, right? Like I need this time. I need to prioritize myself right now.
Like I say, excuse me, I'm sorry. You have to be selfish with your time sometimes.
Yeah.
Putting yourself first. Like I'm a fan of it. I applaud you. Like
Thank
for real.
you.
Like I really applaud that. I really like that. Put yourself first. Don't be worried about anybody else.
I think that from watching both of my parents in our culture, we are very deferential and we put other people first a lot, and oftentimes at the expense of ourselves.
Yes.
And I think that women do that a lot too. I don't know, if guys feel like they do the same thing, but man, it's exhausting. And there's a quote. Did I say this last time? Like, give from your overflow, not from your depths. And I was giving from my depths and not realizing it.
Say it again, one more time, please.
Give from your overflow, not from the depths of your well. It's a Rumi quote.
Overflow, folks. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Same thing. So I feel like, and everyone's, people could say, well, so when is your cup gonna be full? Like
when I'm ready for it, when I know you'll know. Like,
yeah.
Is your cup full? Have you even thought about that? Do you ask them?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And it's I don't want to feel obligated to go out and meet these people or do these things.
Yeah.
I did have dinner with a guy friend, on Sunday, and it was like easy, casual. Let me know when you're done with this. Let me know when you're done with that. It was fun. It was dinner. It was quick. He said, thank you for your time.
Yeah.
And I was like, thank you for saying that. And like, that was that, you know?
But I used to be caught in that trap too, where you try to please as many of your friends as you can, and you will say yes, say yes, say yes. And then at the end, it's like, man, I really can't. I can't make it. I'm exhausted, or I'm not mentally there. Even if I go out, I'll be bad company. So you end up canceling last minute, or I would end up canceling last minute, and then I'd get hit with, you know, oh, he's flaky, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's not what I intended in the first place. But like I said, I used to fall in that trap where I would try to please this group or this group or this group, or I'd be go out, and I was like, yeah, I'll go out with y'all. And then what I wanted to say was, no, I don't know if I can make it. You know, I really don't want to make it. You know, I can't. Maybe next time.
You just have to
rest. But then
rest.
you don't, you know, and so.
You have to rest, too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, fuck that. I will tell you no. I bailed out on being a groomsman because I just didn't have it in me. Like, hey, man, I'm sorry, bro. I ain't going to be able to be there. I bailed out on birthdays, okay, so like my ex-wife, she worked at this place, and they were going to go have dinner at that place. I was like, nah, I can't go. And they're like, well, why? I was like, well, my ex-wife works there, and I don't want to go and be there. I didn't go to this friend's birthday because they were having it there. And I feel like it's only fair and only right that I don't go to yours as well. Right. And so then they're like, no, we'll change it. I was like, no. Even if you change it, I'm still not going because I'm just out of it. So I will tell you no in a heartbeat.
It's
like
a principle.
Yeah, even like when they were when they were younger and they would want to go to the club and, hey, you gonna come out tonight? Absolutely not, because I'm good. So yeah. So when I hear people tell other people no and just doing stuff for themselves, because I guess I'm just inherently, I guess what you would call selfish. People call me selfish.
No, it's not. You have boundaries. That's really healthy. Like to say no, and then it's interesting to me, pushback, right? So like when you tell people no, they still are like, well, why not? And well, why don't we do this to like, no, I already said no.
Yeah.
Like,
But see, it's easy for us to say that now because we've been through it. We've lived through it. We've experienced that. And I'm speaking for like our younger, you know, like early 20s, mid 20s, or even like the 18 or 16 or 17-year-olds where they're trying to fit in. And you have this particular group or this group or this group, and you're still trying to figure yourself out as far as where do I fit in, or I want to fit in with everyone. I want to be able to please everybody.
Yeah.
And so you find yourself not being able to say no because you don't want to be excluded, kind of thing. Where you try to fit in, and you're trying to please everyone. So you're saying yes, and you're spreading yourself thin to the point where, man, they're not going to show up. They're not going to show up. They're going to say yes. So, like I said, it's easier for us to say now because we figured that out.
Right.
And we can easily tell for the folks to say, well, just say no if you can't, you know? And so it's one of those things where you just got to, again, protect your energy, one.
Right.
Put yourself first. And again, it's easier said than done. We understand that. We realize it. But at the same time, I remember something that a good friend of mine said. It's if they matter, they won't mind. Right. And if they mind, they don't matter.
Good.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I get it, folks. It's one of those things where, hey, I want to fit in really bad, but is it worth it, though? It's something you got to think about, right? If it's one of those things they don't understand for you where you're coming from, is it really worth to try and fit into that particular group?
and I think when you say worth it, it's like, does it add value to your life right now? And maybe it does. Like maybe taking some time with different groups and going out and being social and all that stuff does add value for you, but not every time.
Not every time.
Yeah.
That's okay. If I could offer like a piece of advice to those teenagers, fast forward 10 years down the line, I would say out of your group, you'll probably only talk to 2 or 3 on a regular basis.
If even. You may have a whole new tribe.
Yeah. You'll be constantly in different stages of your life meeting new people as you grow. And then if you happen to be with a group of friends and you guys grow together and you're able to stay on the same track, then your contact will probably stay, you'll probably be able to stay in contact with more of them. But as you grow apart, one person goes to, it doesn't mean you're bad friends or you're not friends anymore. Just one person goes left, one person goes right, one person goes straight. And now every now and then you'll be able to get back together, but that doesn't mean anything. Like it would be a very mature of you at such an early age to be able to make that decision to stay away and say no to certain things and go from there. No harm, no feelings.
That's exactly what happened to me last week. A group of friends, or family is what we called each other when we growing up here in Dallas. And I mean, from like through middle school, elementary, middle school, high school, graduated high school, and we all went different paths. And dang, that was in 2002, right? 2003, we started to, branch out. And we just got together, a few of us, last week. So I don't want to do the math, but that's a lot of years.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was almost like we just saw each other yesterday, just naturally fell back into, But
It's like you never lost a beat.
It's like you never lost a beat.
Yeah.
Right? And we all branched out, you know, had different tribes and different friends and stuff like that. But us getting back together, it was like, man, it's like we, you know, you just saw each other yesterday kind of thing. You know, so it's like you got to figure it out. You got to live through it all to figure it out.
There you go. Quality over quantity.
Yeah.
Back to that.
Yeah.
All right. So those two, you went out with two guys, you said, Coffee. What made you pick them and not place them in the bucket of the friend zone? Because yeah, you know, some girls pick them out.
That's that one zone
pick
that
them here
like
and then put them there.
Scary place.
Yep.
Well, they could still be in the friend zone.
That's true.
Hey, that is true. Just because you went on a date doesn't mean
It's not even. I mean, is like meeting up for coffee a date?
What do they know that?
They viewed it as a date.
Clarify.
Do they know that it wasn't a date?
Did you tell them it's not? Hey, this isn't a date.
Would you like to meet up for coffee? Like, is that? I don't know. Why don't you just say, could I take you out on a date?
Because if I'm asking you for coffee, that may to me be me asking you on a date. Like, hey, this is the time. This
is like male language versus female language.
No, what? Okay, I'm making plans with you. I'm setting a time. We have a set place. Like, you know, this is the.
First of all, I set the time and place. But anyway. Ooh. But here's the difference. One of the guys I didn't know at all. So it was the first meeting, which is, I've talked to you guys about it. It's scary. Okay. Like, I'm not even playing with that. Yeah. It's got to be in the daytime, somewhere I know. That's why I set
somewhere
the time
in public.
and place.
Yeah.
Somewhere in public, somewhere I know, somewhere outside.
Right.
And you better be wearing a mask.
So,
okay. So, and then, but I have not seen him again yet. Part of that is, I mean, I think just like juggling schedules. Part of that.
Has he reached out to you though?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, before we get there, what did he say in the first place for you to be like, yeah, okay, I'll go meet you for coffee? Or
Great question.
He was just kind. Like, it was an Instagram thing, right?
Yeah.
And it was just kind of like funny back and forth, like no
friendly banters.
Yeah, it wasn't like come out the gates hitting on me kind of a thing, you know? I don't like that. But yeah, it was just cool. And then he was like, can I meet you for coffee? And I'm like, okay.
Do you think most women prefer it that way, to where it's not like so aggressive, where it kind of leads up to it? Or do you feel like it's 50-50 or?
Well, I think it depends on the woman. I think it depends on their age, and I think it depends on how ready they are. Like, look, I like to examine the situation and the person before just being like, yeah, I'm so available. I'll meet you for coffee. And then where do we go? And then what do we do? And then are we getting married? Like, that's not me. Clearly. Sorry, but you know what I'm talking about, right? Yes, you totally know. Guys know what I'm talking about. Y'all are all laughing. You know those women. We are not those women. Ladies, don't do that. Don't do that.
That shit is scary. It is. We're out at coffee and the first time you're talking about, I want 3 kids. Wait a minute.
I'm saying that's a little aggressive. Yeah. So I like a little bit of like set the stage. Now, this is not... Now, again, I'm not on dating apps, so I don't know. But like people, and I think women tend to, complain about the back and the forth and the back and the forth. And they're like, I don't want to text him for, 3 weeks or whatever. Until we actually meet up in person. So I don't know. I don't mind that. Now, the other guy I've known for a while, and it's just, I'm like, oh, okay.
How long is a while?
I mean, I know a lot of people for years, right? But nothing. We've just been friends from afar.
But now he's trying to like take it to the next level.
Maybe, I don't know.
Like want to get to know you better.
Oh God, I hope he doesn't like watch this.
Hey, if he's watching, then hey,
just block him.
Yeah. No, but you know what's funny is a couple of my girlfriends, because they were like, hey, do you know this guy? And I'm like, ooh, do I tell him that? Because like one of my friends is interested in him, and then I was like, oh.
So is she wanting you to be her plug?
But that's fine. I mean, I'm still at the stage where I'm like, oh, you guys.
She's interested in him, but you two so hypothetically speaking, a girl is interested in somebody that another girl may have gone out on a date on
Yeah, but like for me, I'm like, oh, I mean, I'm not.
Is there a code for that?
That thing happened. It's not serious. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like I have dated someone and now you're dating my ex-boyfriend and we're friends. Like, that's weird.
Oh, homie hopping.
Oh my gosh, is that what it's called?
Yo, homie hopping.
That's my whole hometown. What?
Is that a thing? Did you just make that up?
No,
No,
it's a
that's
thing.
real.
It's real.
You never heard of that?
That's why I asked, is there a code? It's like, is there an understanding?
Yeah. How do you feel? How would you feel about somebody dating your ex, like a friend of yours dating an ex?
Dating a homie.
I've heard both. I've heard two different things. I heard it's like, hey, you know what? If they're meant for each other and I'm no longer in the picture, then I wish them the best, you know? And then I've heard those are like, well, there's a code for this. Like, how dare she or how dare he kind of thing, you know? Like,
I guess it depends how close of a friend, too.
No, I'm talking like, okay, let's do this. Let's say you meet someone, and I think I've touched on this before, like episode 1. You got to know who's there for you and who's there for the one that you're with.
right.
Yeah.
But let's say she's a close friend. Like she's like in your circle, you talk to her every day.
Yeah, I feel like then she would know the ins and outs of the relationship and sort of why it started, why it ended, why it crumbled along the way, and she probably wouldn't want to be in a relationship with any of those guys. But, you know, I think at this point in my life, I am sort of with that former thought, which is like, yo, if that's what you guys want to do, go.
Now, what about an
stop,
acquaintance? Let's say you've
I don't need to be part of that. You
No,
know what
not
I
at
mean?
all.
But
Right.
yeah.
Let's say you've hung out with the said person.
Then I don't care.
You don't care?
No.
Oh damn.
I mean, it's an acquaintance, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
don't-
even if they're an acquaintance, say that they're an acquaintance that was around on multiple occasions.
That's fine. Here's the thing. Like, I have a ton of great single guy friends, like really good quality guy friends. And I have a lot of really awesome, amazing single girlfriends. And sometimes I'm like, I wish that I could just
Play
get
Cupid.
them all
Yeah.
together. Because I feel like there might be something that I'm missing here. But it's hard when you're not going out, when you're not putting yourself out there. And that was another big realization after the last time I was here. I was like, man, I'm not putting myself out there. And then I was like, I guess I should, which is probably why I went, you know, for those, you know,
Quote unquote dates.
Took the chance.
whatever. And then I'm just like, not that they're not great people, but I'm just recognizing for myself, like, wow, if I'm being true about my calendar and what I'm making a priority, it's going to be all these things before anything else.
So from what I'm hearing is you got a big friend zone pool. So
I know a lot of
you
great
keep shooting
single
your
guys.
shot, but you're right
That's a
over there in the
huge
friend
pool.
zone, and there's nothing you can do to get out of it. For one, because it's a beautiful thing. She's working on herself.
There
So
you go.
how many of
She's
these
happy to respect
single guy friends would be interested in you or are interested in you, but you're like, sorry.
I am so uncomfortable right now.
Are you? Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, I just feel myself getting really red. I don't know, probably a dozen.
Okay, no. All right,
that
cool.
bad?
Let's bring
Take
it
that
yeah.
at 10.
No,
was about to say, out of-
you're good on that. What? So let's say a guy is in a friend zone with a young woman. What does he do to get put in that zone?
Yeah, how do they get into the friend
Is there-
zone in the
yeah.
first place?
Here's the thing about the friend zone. I think that most people are going to be in your friend zone, right? Like, because ideally, ultimately, only one relationship ever works, right? Ideally. You guys get what I'm saying?
Relationship.
Most of the here's
Take
the
notes.
thing. No, I wouldn't take notes. I am not an expert. Here's what I'm thinking. Some of the guys who I've dated in the past, I'm like, man, I wish we didn't date. We were such good friends, and I miss that relationship. I miss being able to call my friend and be like, oh my gosh, did you hear this new song or whatever? We like had that connection around, you know.
So once you've crossed that line,
it
Can't go back.
Ruined.
Yes, it messes it up, and so
I
now,
understand that completely.
right? Has that happened to you? Let's talk about it.
No, that's not.
she wants that
You don't.
spotlight.
You really don't want to touch on it because
No,
it would
I'm
be
not gonna-
good. Is it? Okay.
If
If you're
don't
uncomfortable,
hurt, it don't hurt. It's just like it's like you said. It's like, dang, I wish we hadn't took it further than that.
Yeah.
Right? Because you have all that history and all that stuff that you've created together, and then you cross the line, or go further and make it more than a friendship, right? And then things fall apart. And now that friend that you created all that history with, have all the little inside jokes and little, little stuff that you may say, and she's the only person that gets it, and you the only two dummies laughing. Everybody's like, what the hell's wrong with y'all? It's like you can't have that.
It becomes
anymore.
awkward,
It's
right?
really awkward. Yeah.
Now, may I clarify something? Now, when you say cross that line, there's so many different definitions. That's kind of vague, like a gray area. crossing the line, because there's crossing the line of we're just gonna try this, go out on a couple dates, and some people have been able to bounce back from that, and then there's crossing a line of where like sex is involved, because once sex is involved, that throws a whole dynamic off.
All of that together is what I'm talking about.
You know,
All
so
relationship.
what's on your mind?
I've just been on the other side of that. Like, I've been able to have relations with ladies and still be friends after that and still carry on friendships. So I don't.
But was that established, or were y'all trying to actually date?
No. The friendship was established well in advance.
Yeah.
And then it was something that happened down the line, and what happened, and still friends.
But
was there? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Would they also be interested in getting back together with you if that was an option?
Of course.
He's like, I'm Joe, damn it.
No,
I am Joe.
I don't know that much, but I do know that I have been in situations where I've been friends with a young lady, and we've had relations, and then back down the line, we're still, even after that's over, we're still able to be friends. It's like we haven't even skipped a beat, and I guess I'm fortunate in that situation.
Yeah, you
because
are.
I haven't experienced that where I've lost a friend entirely. Now I have been where like I messed up and maybe we didn't talk for a while, but we always come back around and where the water is clear, it's a little bit smoother, and we're able to discuss and be in, I would say start out as acquaintances again, because you got to re-earn their trust.
Yeah.
She gave you something deep. The deepest part of a person, I feel, physically is acts of physical intimacy.
Yeah.
And when they share themselves with you, and you go and you do something that breaks that trust or breaks that bond, of course she's not going to talk to you for a while. Yeah. So if she comes back around and even gives you the time of day to say hello, don't ruin it again.
Don't ruin it.
Don't do it again. Don't do it
So
again.
to allude back to what you were saying as far as establishing friendship, like of course you're right. You become friends first, and then one individual or the other, because it goes both ways, eventually, if so, develop feelings, emotional feelings for them. They feel like, hey man, I want to take this to the next level. So do you feel like they can get out of that friend zone? Or is it too hard?
If they're already in it? If they're already in the friend zone?
Yeah. You think if they're already in the friend zone, there's no way they're going to?
I don't think there's no way. I think that sometimes, and here's what girls are always like, oh, fall in love with your best friend, which is cool, but like, it's not
they
like.
Do sound like that,
Am I doing a good girl impression? But I mean, which is ideal, I guess, right? Like, because exactly what you're talking about. I've had those moments where I'm like, oh man, I don't even look at my phone when I'm with this person. Like, that's a real indication, I think, that you are in the present moment. You are not wishing or wanting to be anywhere else. You're not distracted by anything else. And you can go from, laughing to crying together to everything in between. But like, there's also chemistry, right? And so not everyone has that chemistry or the physical attraction or the, like, you got to have, there's important. So much stuff. There's so many layers.
I wish people would be more honest about physical attraction. Oh, they're just so nice. I'm just attracted to how nice. No, physical attraction is the first thing you notice about a person.
Yeah.
Stop playing like you're
Stop lying.
deep of a person. They're so smart. They read books so well.
Intellectual.
Shut up. You like his face and his butt. That's what you like. Stop playing with me. I'm sorry, I had to let that go.
Oh my God.
See the heat?
I saw that boy.
Let that steam come off.
Who hurt you, Joe?
That aura he had at the beginning is turned real dark and red, dog.
That's another episode.
Yeah, but see, now that makes it difficult for guys. And we'll address the female aspect of it here in just a second. But what you're saying is like, hey, once they're in the friend zone, it's like it's kind of hard to like bring them out of that. So are you saying that guys, it's like, hey, if you want to kind of date me or get to know me, you're gonna have to come at me when we're not friends?
Ooh.
Look, I'm friends now with guys I've like hooked up with, I'll say, in the past. But
some time had like went by, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Time and like things are so good in those situations that I'm thinking of. But now, also, you guys, we're constantly evolving, constantly in different iterations of ourselves and our lives. And like right now, for me, I think like if I am into someone, they are gonna know, and I'm gonna know. So there's no question, right? There's gonna be, you know, with some frequency, like calling or texting and communicating. And yes, I want to do this, and yes, I want to do that, and not like.
Do you feel like some people read into it too much though?
Are you talking about me?
No, I'm just saying in general.
Okay. He knows all my business. he knows all my business. This is like dangerous. I'm sweating. People always read into everything a little too much, right? Like we're in our minds all the time. And that's why I say, like, to come away from sort of the mental space. I always, you know, in meditation and yoga, we say like we're up here. So we're seeing with our eyes, we're hearing, you know, whether it's a podcast or whatever, we're eating food, like all of our senses are like hyper sort of right here. And we need to bring all of that down to the heart space and down to like the beginning of where we started as a human. So yeah, I mean, we're in our heads a lot, especially with social media, because like, you're like, why didn't he call me back? But he liked all of their photos. I've done it. I know.
Who hurt you, Sonia?
Stop. We're getting it out, right? We're getting it out. No, but and every woman out there knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Have you ever been put in the friend zone?
Oh, yeah.
How did it feel?
Terrible. I mean, that happened to me this year, twice.
2020? Terrible year.
It's a terrible year for everything.
Horrible year.
So because I feel like guys, first of all, have you gentlemen ever put anyone in the friend zone?
Oh, y'all for sure have.
Yeah.
Yeah?
She said it with so much confidence.
Everyone has friend zoned someone.
We have.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Joe, you haven't?
It's pretty.
No, yeah, I have.
Oh.
But I didn't think I gave her the impression that I even wanted to do anything.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I asked. That's why I asked. Do you feel like? That's why I asked. I was like, do you feel like some people read into it too much? You know, it's like, oh, he's nice. Oh, he's being flirtatious. You know, it's like, no, just being nice.
I don't know about all that. You know where
she turned hard.
You know what would be helpful is clarity and communication.
Blatantly ask.
See, this is what I got. This is what I got
from
so
me.
far.
How do you?
Or is this a date? Or I would
you?
like to take you out on a date. I'm saying this. I'm learning myself. Okay, all right. I'm learning. I'm learning. So I'll go back to those people and be like, "Is this a date?"
It's just coffee.
But I do think communicating that stuff is important. I mean, back to exactly what we talked about last time, right? Like if you can be honest and communicative and clear with your words and your intentions, which apparently is so hard for everyone because we don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, or we're somehow putting up a wall, which we also talked about. Like you're scared to share your feelings because you're like, I don't want to hurt them. I don't want to be hurt. Like we got to come out of this sort of space that we're in. Otherwise, we're not going to evolve into anything greater.
But if you look at the spectrum of the conversation right now, it's like one end of it is like, hey man, you're already in the friend zone. Good luck. The other one's like, hey, I don't know that person. Go ahead and shoot your shot in the DMs. Good luck. And it's like, where's the in between? You know?
Don't you meet someone though, and you like kind of know whether whether you want to see them again, whether you want to talk to them, whether you're excited about a relationship.
Like, so now it becomes a numbers game.
It starts with physical attraction.
Yeah.
I agree with you. And if you're starting with like text communication or whatever, for me, I do like smart people. Like if you don't have a vast sort of array of experiences and knowledge, like I'm going to get bored really fast.
Right.
Yeah.
Really fast.
Gentlemen.
So really fast.
Hey, another thing that men, utilize, you know, she's talking about texting, utilize the voice text.
I use that a lot.
Let her hear your voice.
I like that. I love voice texting.
Do that, all right? You may be better at that. All right, so gentlemen, all right, so you put girls in the friend zone. What was it about the women that you put in the friend zone? Why did you put them in the friend zone?
I'm like, I don't go out on dates. You know what I mean? Like I know, I don't know how to answer that. Because like if I go out on a date with somebody, I'm going out on a date because I know there's going to be more to it than just one date. Like I don't waste dates.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm getting too old for that.
Like I'm not just going to let you date just to date.
Right. I don't think. That's not me.
What about the younger you?
Nope.
Didn't just go on dates.
I had mad friends, and I wasn't really focused on trying to find a girlfriend to hook up with. Like, if I was with somebody, I was with them. And I made that known from the jump. It's like, hey, I like you. Point blank, period. Ain't no questions asked.
Yeah.
Do you like me? Whatever. And then go from there. If it was a no, then it was like, all right, well, move on. You know what I mean? Like,
you just said something important, though. You said girlfriend to hook up with. And I guess, like, the longer I go on in my life, I'm like, yeah, I don't have time for dating just casually. Like, there's a million other things I'd rather do, right? So if I really see potential and value in this, you know, let's meet up and like, okay, I'm not saying let's get married. Could this be the guy? But like in establishing more of a connection than just a couple of dates here and there, then I'll give it the time of day. But I agree with you.
You're like, even younger me, I was busy. I was always doing something, so I didn't really have time to just go on random dates.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
But a lot of people do that. Yeah. I dated a guy who was also dating a lot of women who would do that because he couldn't be alone with himself. He couldn't do things by himself. He always needed someone. And for some reason, and I still don't quite understand, like he didn't surround himself with a lot of guy friends. So he would meet up with girls, but he would ghost them and he would treat them horribly. I mean, whatever. It was crazy to me. But,
so,
you know, I think people don't establish like going out on dates. Like, what is the purpose of this date?
Right.
It's so different than it used to be.
I like when you said that. What's the purpose of this date?
Right.
Like, what's the point?
I'm hungry. Let's go eat.
Well, and let me tell you, I do know a lot of women who are like, it's a free meal. Ladies, don't do that either. Don't do that. You can pay for your own food.
Selling your time for food.
Yeah, don't do that. I don't like that either.
Which will allude to that. 5 ways to get out of the friend zone.
Oh my gosh. Y'all are crazy.
But we will get to that eventually. So stay tuned, folks. I know we've all solicited questions.
Yeah.
Yes.
As to how to get out of the friend zone. Let's kind of touch on those.
I sent you guys most of the ones I had. Like, any of you, this is a question for you guys. Have any of you ever gotten out of the friend zone? If so, how? How long did it take? We even have one that's like, how do you know if your straight guy friend is friend zoning you? So like from a gay man who was like, I can't tell if this guy is straight or gay, but I feel like he's flirtatious, but I'm not sure. Right. So there's a lot of dynamics at play out here in the world, y'all.
The common theme that I've gotten was, I don't see people getting out of the friend zone. I have yet to see it.
I got a couple of yeses. Like, you can get out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say it's possible, guys.
If you need help getting out of the friend zone, my Instagram is j.malachii.malachi. You can reach out to me on Instagram. I will help you to get out of the friend zone. I have a 25% success rate. All right.
Fellas, don't give up. One of the response was, after 6 years of my boyfriend being in the friend zone, he's finally locked me down. Consistency and persistence.
Wow.
There you go.
6 years. I don't have 6
Woo.
years at this point.
Look, girl, you got 21 days. And that's a lot of time right there, all right? No, okay, so let's go back to some of the first of all, a round of applause to that gentleman. That 6 years, like, that's true. I feel like that's
that must
a ring
be true
on it.
love.
That's love.
That is true love.
Like, hey,
Hey,
really,
they would
like,
probably
6
start off
years?
as friends, and she's probably, maybe, I'm just reading into the response. Maybe she saw him as a friend longer than he had wanted.
Right.
Probably had feelings for her, and then continue
Stay
to
with it.
And they'll probably stay together the rest of their lives.
Their course,
Stay
and she
with
was like, you know what? I'm really into this guy. I didn't realize it.
You
Who
broke
knows?
me down.
6 years.
Yeah.
Shipping
Wait,
away.
girls always say, sometimes it's the guy who's right in front of your face and you never knew.
Don't
it.
even
And
get
I'm
me
like,
started on that. Women, ladies.
Her girl voice cracks me up, though.
You hear it all the time. It's like, I don't have a nice guy. I wish I had a nice guy kind of thing. And sometimes they're right in front of you. You just.
Are you seriously saying what I just said? That I hate when people say that.
I know, but I'm saying it's like women do say that. They're like, hey, I wish I had a nice guy.
With you. He's co-signing.
Yeah, it's like, I wish I had a nice guy. And they're like right in front of
you.
you. It's like, but they have already put them in the friend zone.
Your signature's up front.
There
you go.
He's just the co-signer.
Yeah, your signature's up here. I'm just signing down here.
All right, so that first question that you had was how how does someone get out of the
How
friend
does
zone?
someone get out of it? There's like, yeah.
All right, Pete and Griff. Man's in the friend zone. We got to help him out. I'm start with you, Griff. How do we help him? How do we help him get out?
Be genuine and straight up. Don't be beating around the bush. If you want to be out of the friend zone, fucking say, hey, I don't want to be your friend. I want to be more than that.
Yeah,
Shit.
agreed. Because that's exactly
Communication,
right. Because then,
being upfront.
however, prepare yourself for for a response that's undesirable to you, right?
You can't always get what you want.
Exactly. Yeah. You got to be ready for her to be like, that's so sweet. I appreciate you thinking of me like that. I don't think of you in the same way.
Or if they say it without the niceness, be like, nah, son, I ain't feeling that.
If that happens, you take your heartbreak
and
you respond. Be aware, because you can begin to go into your emotional state where you just emotionally react and start typing things away.
Yeah, and start
Don't be
angry.
ugly.
Yeah,
Don't be ugly.
No.
Just
don't respond emotionally.
Say, hey, thank you for letting me know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad, we got some clarification about, where you and I can stand here on in the future. Then if you as a man, you need to take time away from that friendship, you have that right to take time away from that friendship and then come back to it later.
Because, absence makes the heart grow fonder.
It
she
sure
may be
does.
Like, damn, you know what?
Go do your thing.
Maybe there was something.
But don't go away thinking you're going to make her heart grow fonder.
You know what I'm saying?
Because that might not be the case. Yeah.
Walk
Don't
away
hold
from
on
the
to it.
situation. Don't hold on to it.
I like that answer, though.
This is a response that one of my guy friends sent me to send a guy who I'm trying to friend zone.
You're trying to put a guy in the friend zone.
Trying to keep him in the friend zone.
Okay.
Oh, so he's trying to get out of it.
So, yeah, exactly. It's so sweet of you to think of me like that. I also want to be fully transparent with you because I want to be respectful of your feelings and your time. I don't feel a romantic connection. However, if you want to talk, I would be down to grab a cup of coffee.
That's good.
So the funniest thing about him sending me this, he goes, oh man, a girl sent me this one time and I copied and pasted it so I could use it again.
Oh.
And I was like, wait, what? And he's like, no, use this. It's great. It worked. And I'm like, oh, okay. Thanks. But hey. You said it was good too.
It's a legit response.
Forward that to me.
This poor girl's text is going around the world.
Oh,
She's a mastermind. Hey, we got time for a couple more questions, then we'll give them our 5 ways to get out of the friend zone.
Yeah, we can always record again if y'all want us to follow up with this.
That,
yeah.
How do you know when it's time to move on?
Oh, you'll know.
Yeah.
Look, if they're interested in you, you'll know. They'll make time. They'll respond. They'll reach out. It's back and forth. Remember, so if you're trying to reach out to them once, no response. Second time, no response. Third time, no response. And you're gonna try and flip the script and maybe change the subject, and then they'll respond to that. Perhaps, maybe, if you're lucky, then that's a telltale sign. Look,
Boom.
If they're interested in you, you'll know.
Boom.
You can't force it. You can't put a square in a
And
circle.
would you really want to force it though? It's,
Right.
Exactly.
It's not genuine.
let it happen.
Yeah. How do you get over the fear of commitment? That's a question mostly for guys.
Oh, that's just a growth thing.
Yeah, I'm about to say you
just got to grow into that, man.
stop.
Ladies, stop forcing that guy to be committed to you. If he's not committed to you, he's not committed to you. Because you force it, it's not going to happen. He may change for a couple weeks, maybe a month if you're lucky, but then just go right back to it, and you're going to feel like, what happened? What did I do?
And then if it's deeper for that, you as a man, you need to identify where you were hurt in something in a committed relationship.
Yeah.
Identify, heal that hurt, so you're able to be committed again. Because I think a lot of men that have been hurt in relationships, they have a problem with being committed because for fear of being hurt in the way that they were hurt before while having not healed yet.
Boy,
And it goes both
syrup
ways.
on pancakes right
But
there.
see, that goes back to our first episode. If you haven't gotten a chance to watch the first episode, go back and watch it, where we
So
talk about
good.
the love language. You got to figure out what the love languages are. You can ask yourself or ask your significant other as well. It's like, how do I show you that I love you, and how do you know that I love you, and vice versa. And if they can't, it's only 5 love languages, ladies and gentlemen. You can pick from those 5. And if they can't pick from those 5, it's kind of hard to say. But
They don't
it's
have
like
a heart. Like,
So it's like, if they ask you, how do you think you show me that you love me, and they can't respond? Okay, well, that's kind of a red flag. Look into that. But again, as far as the commitment goes, it goes both ways. You got to let each other grow into that. Don't force that commitment. It's not going to last.
Let's get one more question in, and then we'll drop our top 5 of how to get out the friend zone.
How to determine when someone is busy versus when they're ghosting you?
how to determine it?
See, because I've been on the end of that where I'll read a message and then I'll come back to it a couple of days later because I'm that damn busy. Like, all right, yeah, maybe you know what? if you're one of those people that reads messages and doesn't respond for days on end, don't read the message yet, especially if it's on Instagram. Leave it closed, all right? You recognize that it's there in your mind. Go back to it. It's in bold text. Then when you actually have that time to be able to respond, don't just read it, hit a double tap on the heart, being like, yeah, hey, I understand. I saw this. Save it for a couple of days. Okay. If you got to come back to it, like, I haven't seen it yet, then when I come back to it and I've seen it that day, I'll respond to you, all right? And that's something I need to work on myself because I do that a lot.
Yeah. I think the whole ghosting goes back to what I just said a couple minutes ago. If you text them once and they don't respond, hey, maybe they are busy, because people are busy and they maybe it just kind of slipped their mind. They intended to respond, but they never got a chance to. Send them a second text. There's nothing wrong with double texting, ladies and gentlemen. Stop making that a thing. Send it a second time. Same thing. If they don't respond, pay attention to the patterns. You'll know if they're not responding to you because they're busy or if they're ghosting you. Patterns. Just pay attention to patterns. The patterns will tell you everything.
No patterns.
There it is.
Agreed.
Patterns will tell you everything.
And just protect your own energy. You don't owe anyone anything.
That's
I think that, life moves so fast, and, you see when someone's read your message and you expect a response, and that expectation can drive you into a deep feeling of disappointment, really. And so, we just come into these downward spirals over and over and over again. So to keep yourself...
we create it in our own heads.
Yeah, totally. To keep yourself from going in that direction, just, either don't read the message, find something else to do for a couple of days, whatever you need to do. Yeah.
All right, closing out. Gentlemen, we got 5 things for you to do.
Can't wait to hear this.
To get out of the friend zone.
I'll let you know. I'll give you a thumbs up or thumbs
co-sign
down.
for
yes,
us, all right?
or beat her to it, all right? Number 1, call her bro or sis first.
Oh, my God.
Set the tone. Hey, gentlemen, if you're going after a girl who you think your mind is above your league, call her bro. Call her sis. You let her know what it is, all right?
Listen, if any guy calls me bro, homie, or anything like that, yo, dude, that's it.
Drive you crazy?
No, I mean, it's cool, but then they're definitely my homie.
What if they're trying to put you in their friend zone?
That's happened.
It works.
It works.
See, but the reverse psychology on that is, I feel like if I put you there first, you're going to try to work
Get out of it.
See, you assuming. You know what assuming does?
No, I'm not assuming. I'm strategically planning. I'm playing mind games up front.
What's the next one?
All right, next one so we can get out of here. Stop being too available.
Yes.
You're too nice. You're too available. You're there for her at every beckoning moment of the day.
She'll take you for granted.
Chill out when you're married.
Yeah.
You're not her boyfriend. Yeah. You don't have to be there.
But think about it. That's a lot of energy spent. That's a lot of time spent. Yep. All right.
She'll take advantage of it.
Number 3. Ask her about one of her friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't do that. That is savage.
Hey.
No.
Look, it got a reaction out of you.
Are you trying to get out of the friend zone? If you ask me about one of my friends and you're trying to date me, I'd be like, oh, I guess that's going in a different direction.
I mean, what's up with Stacy? So, Number 4. This was given to us by, I got to give credit where credit's due. This was given to us by Dez, that last one. And number 4 right here, she said, take her out and make her pay for herself.
Split
the check.
Oh,
hey,
yes.
I'm not your boyfriend. I ain't got to pay for you.
Did you leave 18%?
Yeah. We go.
When the waiter comes by, when the server comes by, are we splitting this? 2 checks.
And then last but not least, friend zoned her first.
Put
her in the friend zone.
There you go.
Maybe that little mind trickle.
Man, I should have come with 5 things to
I bet you the women that are listening to this, but these guys are dumb.
They're terrible.
But they're genius.
Sonia, thank you for coming.
Hey,
yes,
thank you.
so much.
Love having
Thanks
you
for
here.
keeping the door unlocked.
Yeah, no problem.
I got a feeling we're going to have another one with you back on. So.
Hell yeah. Thank you.
Follow up.
Really, thank you for coming by. Pete, close us out.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, remember to be brave with your life, all right? Till next time.
Peace.